On days like this, it's really hard to believe that winter, officially according to the calendar, is still 5 weeks away, especially when we've already seen snow 3 times in Toledo. So is this a sign of what's to come here? Let's see what the science and the scientists are saying. Meteorologist Jay Berschbach and Ross Ellett are standing by.
Well, Lee, that's right. Science is a big part of what goes into a winter weather outlook.
And we look back at past winters, past weather patterns, even weather folklore.
And the 13 ABC First Warning Weather Team has been doing just that, looking back and forward to give you an idea of what to expect for the upcoming winter.
The last few winters have been hectic. Remember that 85-inch record snow season? Other times it was just puddles out your back door. And also remember that 400+ hours below freezing? Then there's 2018. From a deluge to a drought, from hand warmers to a heat wave.
We've had a lot of extremes this year.
Jim Swartz would know. He's been with Lucky Farmers for, well,
A long time.
what do those who spend the winter outside want to see?
Sounds crazy, but I do like getting out and covering weather.
You know who else has to go outside when there's a blizzard? News photographers. When weather's the worst, there's one guarantee. You're going out.
And the winds were, over 50 miles an hour. I remember that. We could barely stand up.
There's nothing normal, it seems like, anymore. Abnormal is normal,
As the cold months approach, many turn to nature for clues of a hard winter ahead. You may have heard of some of the sayings. A lot of people look at squirrels. Squirrels gathering nuts in a flurry will cause snow to gather in a hurry. But this year, oak trees have produced an abundance of acorns. So if you see squirrels gathering in a hurry, it's more likely from the abundance of food rather than a sign of a tough winter is near. In a more creepy crawly fashion, the woolly worm is supposed to be another indicator of the coming cool down. If it inches along with more orangish bands than black, the winter is said to be milder.
So as scientists, when we're asked what kind of winter we're looking at for the coming season, we actually take a look more than 3,000 miles away from Ohio toward the Pacific Ocean, just off of the coast of Peru. Under normal circumstances, we see those trade winds blowing that warmer water toward Australia, but during an El Nino season, we actually see those trade winds reverse and we see that warmer water head back toward Peru. So that actually has some implications depending on what type of pattern we have set up as to what kind of weather that we see throughout the globe. So this year, NOAA says that we've got about a 70% chance of an El Nino season coming up for the 2018-2019 winter.
And Heather, this breed of El Nino is a little bit different. It sets up farther west in the tropical Pacific, and sometimes the impacts like temperature and precipitation a little bit farther west. Sometimes it leaves Ohio a little drier.
Sure, and for what that means for our winter here in Toledo, we'll turn it over to Jay and Ross.
Here it is, the 13 ABC First Warning Winter Outlook. Let's start with month by month. December, below normal temperatures, so a little bit chillier than it could be, but also below normal snow. So these systems that may bring snows to the Midwest, the Great Lakes, looks like some of that heavier precipitation may miss the area. What about January, Ross?
Yeah, January looks like temperatures may start to moderate a little bit. We may get one of those January thaws at some point, but it'll balance out more or less. Near normal temperatures, also snowfall a little closer to average. Looks like that storm track is a little more energized during the month of January.
Right. Looking back at 14-15, we all remember February. Think of the Super Bowl, if you will, and what happened during that time frame. But February this year might be the roughest month of the 3 winter months. Below normal temperatures and above normal snowfall. So that could be one where we get the combination of moisture with the systems that work through and also the cold air at the same time. So you get big snows.
Yeah, right at the end of the season. And back in 2014, 2015, it was first the snow, then the cold that just did not want to go away later in the month.
Correct. So when it's all added together here, the overall winter outlook for 2018-2019, we're going to flash it for you to bring attention to it. But below normal temperatures and above normal snowfall. So we look at the averages for the year. It does look like more of a wintry winter than we may have had the past couple of winters.
Yeah, it could be one of the strongest we've had in several years here.
Yeah, so brace yourselves. We've seen the snow 3 times this year already. Nothing too severe just yet, but it looks like as we go through winter, some ups and downs, and then maybe a big bang of snow as we say goodbye to winter in February. All right, thank you so much, Ross. For the 13 ABC First Warning Weather Team, I'm Jay Berschbach. Back to you.
I'm thoroughly depressed now.
So we're going to make plans. We're all going to skip February, right?
There you go.
Straight to March somehow?
I'm all for that.
We'll get through it.
Yeah, we will, as we always do.
Yeah.